We've been assuming my grandmother was going to die next year, every year, for my entire life. And here she is, 106 years old.
I can't hear her, can't see. Half the time I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's easier to name types of cancer she hasn't had, yet somehow she's still making me, a totally able-bodied person, breakfast. Everyone says, don't let her wait on you. Like there's some way I could stop her. This woman is obsessed with making sure I have enough blankets. Not only does she refuse to stop living, she refuses to retire as the manager of my own personal Denny's. Which begs the question, what's her secret? She must have lived a healthy lifestyle, right?
In them days, you could smoke right as you worked. Right at your desk or your bed, you could smoke. It gotta be at least a pack a day.
Okay, not a healthy lifestyle. In fact, when she was 48, she had a heart attack so massive, they read her last rites. And guess what? She outlived everyone in that room. Even 3 months ago, we were convinced this was it. Turns out it was just a UTI. Seriously, Google old people UTI crazy. Not only does she not look a day over 87, she somehow looks better than she did when I was younger. Just take a look through all the albums. God damn it, she saved all my old thirst traps? That's embarrassing. Well, it looks like she saved everything. We got my mom and her prom date, this very creepy doll, Satan, her old car.
How much did I pay for that? I think I paid $11 for it.
And who could forget? These people.
No, I don't know who that is.
She's basically Ancestry.com, except you have to scream all of your questions at the top of your lungs. Where were your parents born?
Father was born up in Canada. I think in Quebec somewhere.
And guess when she was born?
1917.
Which means this woman lived through both world wars. What was World War II like?
We partied.
During World War II?
Yeah, it was crazy. Drank a lot, smoked. When you're young, you're young. What do you do then? You party.
She's not a veteran. She's an active duty party animal. Just watch her get drunk and refer to me as her boyfriend, which makes me very uncomfortable. While you're at it, you might as well pour yourself a drink into the most recent mug she owns and get some hooch out of the liquor cabinet. Wait, how did I not know about this cabinet when I was in high school? Probably because there's so much crap in this house, I'm still noticing things I've never noticed before. If her walls could talk, they'd be diagnosed with ADHD. Follow the trails of used Kleenex she leaves around like she's the Easter Bunny, and you'll find things like a spoon collection, the clog on top of the fridge, her grandma action figures, and this giant fruit butt plug. If you gaze into the magic eye book that is the floor, you'll see the secret image of duct tape that's just barely hanging on. And below that floor, there's the basement I've always been afraid of. Think Enchanted Tiki Room meets Saw. And when you leave, if you leave, don't forget to lock the cellar door, or else she'll get mad at you, cause she seems to think there are a lot of moldy life jacket thieves out there. And while I disagree with her on this viewpoint, and also the existence of God, I try not to piss her off too much because she's the only muse I got. When I was in 5th grade, I wrote this essay about her house that got a perfect score.
Oh, yeah, about you living at your grandmother's house?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
The validation I got from that is probably what caused me to think I could be a writer. I'm sure she regrets nurturing my creativity now, considering I've made her play basketball, do like 45 takes of karaoke, and I almost lit her house on fire with the 104 candles I got her for her birthday. Do you like making these videos?
Not really.
Well, she should have thought about that before she decided to be funnier than me, which I realized years ago when I made this movie about all of the women I had gone out with. And the only part of it anyone liked was the interview I did with her, where I had her react to my dating stories. Later, when I was doing sketch comedy in New York, I remembered that footage and had the idea to play it at my shows. So I'm going to show you a clip. This is a clip of my 98-year-old grandmother, Doris Brown, talking about my ex-girlfriend.
I'll bet she has a mental problem. No words to describe a person that is just a mean, rotten critter. And that kind of a shitty person don't have no feelings. I wouldn't even give her a slice of bread. I would never forgive her, that's for one thing. But I certainly would try my best to get even.
And at the end of all of these shows, we would do this musical number. And she'd come all the way from the middle of nowhere, Connecticut, to surprise everybody and show up on stage. The crowd would flip out, and I'm glad at least one of us could get applause that loud. It's very validating to know that everyone loves my grandma as much as I do. How would you like to be remembered?
That's a pretty good person. I don't want to take no honors.
So maybe the secret to living to 106 is to stay humble, have a sense of humor, and...
be kind and good to people. If you're mean and rotten, they hate you.
Yeah, Dana. Anyway, in conclusion, I think the world would be a better place if we all took after this very old woman. That's why I've been writing these pretty good essays ever since 5th grade. Because she's been a pretty good person and a pretty good grandma. And if she does die this year, we'll all say she had a pretty good run. But I don't think we'll get that opportunity. Because odds are, she'll probably outlive all of us.
I hope you'll now will all want to go to my grandma's house.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
It is.